A teen finds herself pregnant, alone, and afraid. Where does she turn? What does she know about the life growing inside her?
A man discovers his girlfriend is pregnant, but he's not ready to be a father, so he tells her to take care of it.
A woman is grieving the loss of her unborn baby she was told was just a clump of tissue.
A couple discover that they are expecting, but they don't want another child.
Who will tell them that life begins at conception?
Who will tell him that a baby's heart starts beating 18 days from conception?
Who will tell her that her child has eyes, ears, and even a tongue 28 days from conception?
Who will let him know his baby has fingerprints 9 weeks from conception?
Who will tell them a baby can smile at 12 weeks?
And who would remind them that over 2 million people in the United States are waiting to adopt, including those children with special needs?
Over 4,400 babies, one every 22 seconds, die by legal abortion each day in the United States. Over 50% of all abortions in the U.S. are repeats, and 44% are by couples in a committed relationship. Abortion is legal through all 9 months of pregnancy.
Fortunately, there is an organization widely spreading the truth across America and saving babies' lives.
PROLIFE Across America started in 1989, basically in our living room with 4 of us who thought we've got to find a way. There's lots of groups out there that offer pregnancy services and help to people, but if people don't know they exist, it's not going to do any good. So we decided we would put up some simple billboards that would tell the truth and offer services to those in need. Little did we realize that people from other communities, other cities, and other states would be sending donations and saying, "We need your billboards here." Within 10 years, our organization grew so much we legally changed our name to PROLIFE Across America. And PROLIFE Across America is there to help be that, shall we say, that broadcaster, not only to change hearts and touch hearts and to save babies' lives, but so often people succumb to an abortion decision because they have no idea that help is in place. And a recent example is a woman who called from Marshall, Texas. She was a director of a pro-life clinic there, and she said, "You have to know your billboard here saved a baby's life." A woman was determined to have an abortion. She came in for services, and she stomped out when she found out we wouldn't give her an abortion, and we don't do abortion referrals. The next day, the same woman returned. This time, she sheepishly asked if she could have help. And she said when I asked her if she had been here the day before, she said yes, but when I went home and told my sister that I was going to have an abortion, she put me in the car and drove me over to this great big sign. And when I saw the sign and saw the picture of the baby sleeping and read that the baby already had a beating heart at 18 days, I knew I couldn't go through with the abortion. So sometimes these larger-than-life ads tell us the truth in a way that touches our hearts and can save babies in a way that we never thought possible, and that they're life-saving. They're not just advertising. These aren't just advertising dollars. This is a way to connect people with the help that they need through our 800 hotline that will offer pregnancy services, information, as well as adoption or post-abortion assistance. We had a call one day recently from a young woman who as she started talking about they're pregnant and she's scheduled for an abortion, and actually she was calling from the state of Nevada, and she said, "I can't believe I'm calling this number. I'm on a cell phone. We ran out of gas, and I looked up, my boyfriend's walking to go get the gas, and I looked up and here is your billboard and that hotline number, and could you help us so we don't have to go through with this abortion? Neither one of us want to do this, but we just don't know where to turn for help." We also hear from people who've had abortions. We had a woman who called from Portland, Oregon once, and she said, "I've never told a living soul I had an abortion 35 years ago, and I've never been able to talk to anyone. But she said, I just seen your ads, and the tenderness of your ads made me feel that you would help me too."
And this is a great way to reach so many people.
I think the beauty of the way it operates is the idea that we're educating people and changing their hearts. But if you reach out to people at every stage of their life, whether or not they're considering an abortion, and teach them about the development of that unborn human being, it's a wonderful mission.
Everyone can help Pro-Life Across America. In fact, we need help desperately. So often we have to put our campaigns on hold because we just don't have the funds available. So we really need everyone, from the little school children who do bake sales or car washes all the way up to those on fixed incomes. No amount is too small. We also need prayer. We ask that everybody who supports Pro-Life Across America would please pray that the next person who saw that billboard would call our hotline instead of reaching out for an abortion. And we know that helps. Once in a while I'll pick up the hotline and I'll hear from a very shaky voice on the other end of the line saying, I was going to have an abortion, but something made me call you instead. And I always know it's because somebody out there was praying that the next person who needed that help would call us instead. We realize that God is really using this way to reach people who may not be reached in any other way. So often, if they don't see a radio commercial, or if they don't see a television ad, or reading a newspaper, everyone's on the streets, whether they're walking, riding, or just sitting on a bus. We are totally educational, non-political, and non-profit.
A baby is a baby is a baby.